Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Absolicity, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys a Forza Horizon 3 video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly tune in my point of view, and how to launch and how to be a good, I guess, drag racer in this game. Now I haven't really seen a whole lot of other YouTubers do this, like this type of video on how to tune, so I kind of thought of the idea that I'll show you guys how to, the way that I do it anyway. Now, what I do first off, this is how I drag race. I drag race with manual with clutch, stability control off, traction control off. For some people, they're not used to manual with clutch, but to me, it works great. Now, there's this thing called launch control, right? And in this game, all you have to do is hold the brake, take it up to about 2,000 RPMs, and just hold it. Now, this will give you a good launch because you're not sitting there redlining your car like that, because then you just have direct wheel spin and you won't hook. Now, when you do launch control and you tune your car right, you'll have no wheel spin. See, now I need to tune this car down a little bit because I have a little bit of wheel spin. Now, let's get into the tuning. So basically, the first thing that I do with these types of cars, with rear-wheel drive cars that have a high amounts of horsepower, I take the tire pressure down on the front and the rear. Taking the tire pressure down in the rear will help a lot because of the fact that your tires will be able to grip more. The gearing, I'll get into in a second. The alignment, I take the camber all the way up for positive. In the front, the anti-roll bars, I stiffen all the way. The spring, I make soft on the front and heavy in the back. Heavy and stiff in the back. The ride height, certain cars you can screw with that, but in most cars I don't. The damping, I believe this is how it was when I first got it. I don't think I screwed with the damping. Let me check what it does when you stiffen it all the way. Let's see if the numbers really change. Yeah, so if it's all the way here when you guys first get this car, or like any other type of car, take it to soft, see what it does, see if it makes your numbers better when you're 0 to 60. The aero, you cannot screw it. Well, I guess you can screw with the rear in this car, but I've never really screwed with those. The brakes I've never really screwed with, and the differentials, I've made the acceleration all the way to 100%. Now let's get into the gearing here. Your final drive, I take that down to 220. That basically extends your gears out a little bit. Now, you're really not going to be using your 6th or 5th gear. It's mostly 1 through 4 when you make your car like this. So basically, what I do to get these cars to have like no wheel spin is I will take the final drive all the way down, and then I will take this first gear down until you do your launch control and you launch with no wheel spin. Now, you still might have a little bit of wheel spin after you get going, because some of these rear-wheel drive drag cars that we have might have upwards to 1,000 horsepower-ish. Now, this Mustang, I believe, is like a 995. I believe I can max it out at like 1,014, but I don't have the intercooler or the oil mod done to it. So basically, so let's go test this out real quick just to see how much wheel spin we have. Now, I also added a rear wing on this car because of the fact that it adds more weight to the rear, so you'll launch a little bit better. So let's see how much wheel spin we have here. See, now, to me that's a lot of wheel spin and I shouldn't be having that much. So what I do is I go to the tune and I will take the first gear down a little bit. We'll take this down to about 282. This should stop the wheel spin because it's really not that bad. Do our launch control. Okay, so because we still had a decent amount of wheel spin, let's try and take this down a few more clicks. Try 2.78 for the first gear. All the other gears are pretty much set. It's just mainly the first gear that you guys have to worry about. And then what I do with all the other gears is I kind of make them just follow up with the first, just a little bit less. So let's see how this works. See how we had like no wheel spin? Now, The wheel spin that's after your launch, you're gonna have with most cars, because it's kind of hard to get them all to hook. But you guys will notice when we launch, we have no wheel spin. Now we get some wheel spin at about 50 miles an hour, and then after that, after you get to about 100, it just evens out and it's hooking and going. Now this method works with more than just rear-wheel drive cars. I haven't really tested this method with front-wheel drive cars since I don't really drag race with those a lot. But I did make another car for this video. It's a Lamborghini Huracan, if that's how you say it right. And we are going to tune this car just to give you guys a good example that this does work with all-wheel drive cars as well. So let's wait for this car to get here. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video if you guys want more videos like this in the future. Feedback is always appreciated. Just let me know what you guys think. So we'll get into this. This is a Lamborghini Huracan. I have the original motor in it. I did not do the V12 swap because I personally like how the original motor sounds, rather than putting a V12 in every Lamborghini like most people do. So let's get right into the tuning. So the first thing we're going to screw with is the tires. Now with an all-wheel drive car, definitely tire pressure is low on both of these because you have all four of your wheels spinning at once. Now with certain rear-wheel drive cars, you may want to have the tire pressure high. Gearing we'll get into in a minute because that takes the longest. The alignment, I don't really screw with an all-wheel drive cars, but we'll take a look and see what happens when we do positive. Okay, so that just makes it slow. We'll see what it is positive rear too. Yeah, definitely don't want to do that with this car. The cambers I really only screw with rear-wheel drive cars. The anti-roll bars we will stiffen all of the way, just like so. The springs I don't really screw with. Ride height, I believe I usually take up all the way. Damping, I don't usually screw with, and the differentials I don't really screw with. So right now we're at a 0 to 60 of 2.396 seconds. Like I said, we take this final drive all the way down, and then as soon as we take this final drive all the way down, just to give us a heads up of kind of where we're at, we're gonna do the same launch control method. See, now with this car, we might almost not even have to screw with that first gear because it's instantly hooking. See? Instant hook. Now, when you guys get cars like these, you might not even have to tune the first gear. But because we don't have any wheel spin right now, that means we can go up and see how much further we can push it without getting any wheel spin. So we'll take it up to that. We'll do our launch control. So now we still don't have any wheel spin, but I can tell that there is a little bit of wheel spin coming up. It almost feels like, because you can hear the tires squeal just a little bit. So let's see how much further we can push this. See if we can take this to a 3.265. I have a feeling there's going to be some wheel spin on this one, so we might have to take it back down. Still no wheel spin. Alright, so I'm thinking we will keep that at that because that seems like a pretty solid launch for this car. Now what I do with all the rest of the gears is I kind of just make them all follow up one another. Now when you take your final drive all the way down, it kind of just extends the gears out, so you're really not going to need your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, but I just make them follow up anyway. Do these, because I guarantee we're probably not ever going to touch 284 in this car like it shows in the bottom right corner. See, I do a launch. And that's basically that, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys like these kinds of videos, be sure to subscribe and stay active. And let me know what you guys think of these videos. Wow, that was kind of aggressive, GTR. What are you doing, brother? Okay, see you later, dude. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and feedback is always appreciated. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.